Surely it'd be madness unless they get a king's ransom for Leicester to sell Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. So lots of national press links as the window shuts down, quiet window actually, talking about Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, who is maybe pound for pound and for sort of potential transfer value, proximity to the England squad, games played in the Premier League, etc. Possibly the number one player in the Championship if you're, a club of the size of the ones that have been linked with signing him. The question I would ask, look, 25 years old, Sam, he's going to get 10 goals and 10 assists. He's already got 9 and 9. Majority of games played, even down to being a left-footed Englishman. Everything about him smacks of high transfer fee, doesn't it? Why on earth would you sell if you were Leicester in this position when, one, he's your best player and your highest value asset, and two, you've lost Wilfred Ndidi for, we think, a fair amount of time? Surely it'd be madness unless they get a king's ransom for Leicester to sell Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall.
I think I was reading on Twitter yesterday about incredible money being banded around for Callum O'Hare as well. So I know different scenarios here. This is out of my pay grade, or over my pay grade, if that's the right terminology. I'm not an expert on football finances, but this, I'm a little bit across it in terms of Chelsea and some of the dealings that they've done over the last few years. And I would suggest this is, something that's a business decision if it was to happen, because he's a local lad, isn't he? You would see very little reason for him to be leaving now, especially to a team like Brighton, who's been the team most closely linked, because there's a lot of similarities between the two sides, I would say, and even in the way that they play in blue and white and the size of the stadium, the look of the stadium. There's not too much disparity between the two sides, I don't suggest, other than, Brighton are doing incredibly well, got a great model, producing players, signing brilliant players, but I wouldn't see it as a huge career jump for Dewsbury-Hall. I think at the moment, if you're looking at Maresca taking them to promotion, then there's a strong argument to say that they'll absolutely be all right in the Premier League next year. So very, very strange. So I think coming back to it would be a business decision based on finances and probably financial fair play. But at this stage, given Ndidi's absence, given the lack of other options and how paramount those two number 8s have been to their success, it would be a massive surprise. And again, like to double down on what I said last week after the Ipswich game, I think that really cemented in me, despite their last 20 minutes, just how good how good Leicester are in terms of a Championship team in comparison to what we've seen the last 5-10 years.
And if I can add, Sam, how vital he is to them, because he clearly wasn't fit and he was out on his feet by the end, but they still went with him from the start in a sort of promotion head-to-head, didn't they?
Yeah, and I've not seen him live probably since maybe early winter, when he had a bit of a indifferent spell, and the manager say, the manager said he needs to let go of the emotional attachment to the club and the area and just play.
We've heard this narrative a lot, haven't we? Yeah,
he can't carry us all by himself and all that type thing, and he left them out for a few games. And since he's been back in, he's been outstanding. A friend of mine who I would imagine doesn't watch a lot of Championship football said that he's a lovely pickpocketer, which I thought was a nice phrase, in terms of someone that starts the press and nicks the ball off opponents. And when he's on the ball, he's a dream, isn't he? Even the mentality, the look of him with the roll down socks, lovely left foot, very laid back, looks like he's in a training session, basically, doesn't he? So he looks like a top player. I've really enjoyed watching him this season. So hopefully it's not true, because it'd be lovely for him to be centre stage if Leicester are to be lifting a trophy.
We'll keep an eye on it with just a couple of days more left in the transfer window.